Hey there, I'm Will Bridges, your lead analyst at Only Trade Ideas and your host of Market Maker TV. And we're going to blow some myths out of the water in this video here today. You've seen how to become a millionaire trading in 2025 and, how I took $500 to $1 million. And, we're going to blow some of these videos out of the water. I'm actually going to give you 5 keys to actually become a successful trader in this video. I'm also going to show you exactly what it takes to make that million and, well, really what you need to do on a month in, month out basis to get there. So I hope you enjoy this video. Stay tuned. If you are looking to get awesome trading content, ideas, and news, subscribe to this channel and like the video. Do us a favor. Otherwise, if you're looking for more than that, you want trading mentorship, you need an education, you want strategies, ideas, trading automation, and a lot more, then visit onlytradeideas.com and get the help that you need today. Hey there, I'm Will Bridges, your host of Market Maker TV and lead analyst at Only Trade Ideas. In this video, we're going to talk about how to become a millionaire trading. And you've probably seen a good number of these videos on the internet, how I took my $500 account to $1 million, and there's a bunch of smoke out there. So I want to talk about what it takes to actually be good at this. Since 2014, I've worked with thousands of really good traders, some really, a lot of profitable people, many more unprofitable people. And I want to talk about the difference between those people and really what makes people successful. Because if you want to learn how to ever make this $1 million, you got to know how much work it's actually going to take to get there. So I'm going to give you a great idea here in this video. And to start off, what you see most of on the internet is get rich fast, escape the rat race. My goal is only 1% per day. And if you've ever said that in your own head, let's just say you probably haven't done it for more than a few days. Okay, so there's a lot of goals out there that are absolutely bonkers and insane. And there's a lot of videos out there that are setting expectations for new traders to be unreasonable like that. And I want to kind of course correct you. So if you've seen these other videos, I want to kind of tell you what's real and what's actually possible. And I want to break the numbers down for you, how it actually works out. And if you set goals like the ones I'm going to show you, and you have skills like the ones I'm going to tell you might need to have, then you'll have an actual road that you could actually get there and a way to actually make things happen. Okay, so spoiler alert. 40% of day traders quit in the first month, okay? And a big reason why is because they have crazy ass goals like the ones I just showed on the previous slide and the ones I just got done bad mouthing. But yeah, people's goals are way out of whack. They're greedy and they don't realize how greedy they are because that's the way that things get advertised by all of the so-called experts in the space. Okay, so you're going to avoid that. And actually, before we get too much further, before I get into the 5 things you need to be successful, then let's talk about why it's even worth it. Let's talk about money. Okay, so this is a calculator that I made specifically for this purpose, for you to figure out what my goals really should be, what makes sense. Let's make this full screen. Give it a 1% here. This is a 1% per month. Okay, that's what this is built for right now, is 1% per month. And well, if it's highlighted in green down here, that means, okay, after this number of years, we're going to expect to have $1 million in this account. And it's out there. So at 1%, if you've got $100,000, you can get to $1 million without ever adding another penny to the account, other than what you invest, trade in the account that you started with, this $100,000. You can get to over $1 million inside 20 years. With 250K, you can do it inside 15. Okay, so this is at 1% per month. This is a 30th of these 1% per day people. Okay, the 1% per day people are at a breakneck pace that, just feels like it's going to be hard to do every day unless I'm paying incredibly lots of attention and I'm perfect all the time. I've got to win every day. And just good luck with that. That sounds stressful, okay? I would much rather be able to lose sometimes and still have, be able to maintain my attitude and understand where my path is going to take me over time. So at 2%, okay, 2% per month, okay, per month. We're talking about taking $10,000 to over $1 million within 20 years. So if you're in your 30s right now and you've got 10 grand saved and you think you can do 2% per month, and I'm going to tell you about the skills, the 5 skills I think you actually need to get there in this video. So just keep watching, okay? But if you are that person, 2%, you're not talking about crazy returns. You're talking about 27% in year one, and this compound over time gets big, okay? So we still look a lot smaller than these 1% a day monsters, right? They're talking about like 30% a month. Okay, they're talking about doing way more aggressive. Okay, I'm trying to be lazy right now. I don't want to think too much. I don't want to cry too much, and I don't really need to be that excited from my trading account. This is just money we're talking about. I just need to be able to pay for my retirement. Okay, so 3%. Now you're looking at this and saying, okay, if I have $1,000 to invest with, I never put another dollar in my account. And all I do is I just compound this thing. I can get to over $1 million inside 20 years from $1,000 at only 3%. I mean, heck, we're 10xing our money at 7 years. 10x, 7 years. So, and that you can do that again in the next 7 years, right? If you just keep maintaining this 3%. This is 1/10 of these 1% per day people. So you're already giving yourself a much better opportunity to survive just because you're not aiming your heights, crazy as high as some of these idiots out here that are just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it all this year. I'm going to go from 10,000 to $1 million inside this year. And that's possible, but for you to do something like that, you're talking just like 30% per month person. Like you need to have 25 grand and do 30% a month to get to $1 million. And yes, the numbers get huge fast, but 30% per month is frankly unreasonable. Okay, you have to be right a lot. Okay, I've been in the business a long time. 2 to 5% is solid. And if you're watching this video, I'd love to hear your opinion. Post a comment. Let us know. Like, do you think 2% a day or 2% a month or 3% a month? Do you think these numbers are too soft, too strong? Like, if you're looking for like 7%, okay, this would be, in my opinion, a breakneck pace. 7% a month. You're talking about 125% a year, doubling your account every year is basically what that is. Yeah, you can get to $1 million in 9 years at 7% per month. Okay, so these numbers get huge fast. So if you're out here aiming for 20, 30% a month, then you're just greedy. I don't know how else to put it to you. And that's what you want to avoid in trading. 9%. You see how this just creeps further and further over. If we showed 10%, this is fun, right? So there's just millionaires on deck all day if you can get 10% per month. But that is an aggressive pace. What I'm aiming for, like I said, great month, 3%. And this is, very much, let's just say if you're starting with $10,000, $20,000, whatever it is, then within 15 years, you can have $1 million in your account. Now let's talk about the actual skills that it takes to do something like this. And I just want to make sure you guys saw this, because if your goals stink, then you're already in trouble. And I think that's where most traders kind of get cornered from the beginning. And here are the 5 things that you need to actually be successful in trading. And number 1, okay, you need to understand technical analysis. What does that actually mean? You need to know how to measure high and low prices. Okay, so I need to figure out, well, what is a high price? What does that even mean? Versus what? Versus how long do I need to stay in this trade? There's a lot of things that go along with it, but you need to understand how to read the chart and find supply and demand, all that fun stuff. Okay, there's a full course you can get access to on our website. Technical analysis, all this stuff, everything that's here. Okay, so if that's what you're looking for, then go check it out. But otherwise, how to find symbols that move. Because if I want to be spending time trading my own account, making my own decisions, then, well, it has to be worth it. I have to find things that move enough so that I don't, well, let's just say that I don't get beaten by the S&P 500. Because if the index is going to beat me, then I might as well just let Standard & Poor's do all the work, and I'll just buy the S&P 500 and sit on that and not do anything. Good year is about, a great year really for the S&P 500 is about 20%. So if I want to be doing these like 27, 40 higher percentages per year, I'm going to have to do it myself, and I'm going to have to do it by finding symbols that move more than the rest of the market. So there's a lot of ways to do that. Like I said, if you're looking for ways to learn how to do that, then go to onlytradeideas.com, subscribe. So number 3, you need a formulaic entry exit strategy. And why? Because you need a scientific approach. You need to be able to say, okay, I've been doing this for this period of time, and this is the result that I got. Do I like it? Yes, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Do I not like my result? I'm going to tweak it because I want to take more risk or less risk or whatever it is. Okay, but I need a scientific approach and a strategy for when I get in, how much I risk, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, it's really difficult to make those tweaks. Okay, so risk management rules. What this means is that I don't ever want to put myself at risk of being emotional. I don't want to make a decision that, I might cry about later. When I say cry about it, maybe you're not a crier, but you can be very upset. You don't want to ruin your work, your regular job or your family life or whatever it is because you're stressed out about your trading account. Okay, so that's what risk management rules are all about. If you don't know what I mean by that, then go to our website. Do it now. Logical goals. And this is what I showed you in the calculator. Okay, so if you don't have logical goals, then you're going to make reckless decisions. And that's really what you need to avoid. You need to understand why you're in this and what your long game is, what you want to be doing 5 years from now, and what you do every day, every month to get there. And that's really what makes people successful in the long run because they think long term. It should be logical. But the reality is that most people are not doing that. Most traders are, let's just say, unreasonable. They're trying to do things that, let's just say the best traders in the world aren't even thinking about attempting to do. So, really you need solid goals, you need solid skills. And if you want to get all those in a hurry, then hey, follow someone else that's been doing this for a while. Go to onlytradeideas.com, check out our website. There's tons of ways, to improve your game. And I hope we can meet with you soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the other side. Take care. If you are looking to get awesome trading content, ideas, and news, subscribe to this channel and like the video. Do us a favor. Otherwise, if you're looking for more than that, you want trading mentorship, you need an education, you want strategies, ideas, trading automation, and a lot more, then visit onlytradeideas.com and get the help that you need today.